Welcome back to the episode of Molecular Playground. In this one, I make hydroxylamine chloride from RC fuel. Hydroxylamine chloride has rather strange properties. It reacts with ketones and aldehydes to form oximes. These can rearrange into amides with acid. Hydroxylamine also reacts with carboxylic acids to form hydroxamic acids, which can chelate metals. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe, give a super thanks, and join the Molecular Playground community today. 100% of your contributions will directly fund future experiments. The materials you'll need are RC fuel, hydrochloric acid, and methanol. The first thing I'm going to do is pour 1000 milliliters of RC fuel. I start with a hard distillation just to separate the volatiles, being nitromethane and methanol, from the castor oil. While you can do this successively where you boil off methanol, switch, and then boil the nitromethane, it is a bit of a guess where the cutoff is, and you can lose nitromethane in the methanol. It already forms an azeotrope at 9%, so you definitely don't want to lose more. After, I get a little over 800 milliliters. While this is good, why not have more nitromethane to work with? So, I distill the other bottle. When the receiving flask gets full, I replace it with a smaller half-liter flask. One thing I noticed was that it was getting predominantly nitromethane, as evidenced by this dense ripple. In the end, I have well over 1600 milliliters to work with. Because my smaller flask had more nitromethane, I split up both portions. I pour out half my solution from the Erlenmeyer and half from the little flask. I do a soft distillation to boil off the methanol. The drip rate is slow, and while there is no visible boiling, methanol is being boiled. Later, the nitromethane turns yellow and stops boiling entirely. This is how I know I have pure, or at least nearly pure, nitromethane. I pour this out into a small Erlenmeyer. The density is 1.114, pretty close to the reported density of 1.137. I pour the rest into my flask and softly distill again. Once I get the yellow, I add it to my nitromethane collection. I had it stored freezing to prevent possible decomposition. I'd estimate the volume is around 260 milliliters. With the density roughly 1.11, I'd say I have a little over 290 grams of nitromethane, or 4.7 moles of nitromethane. While this number may not be completely accurate, I'm nevertheless setting it as the basis of my percent yield. For the conversion, I pour it all out into a 1 liter boiling flask. I add 600 milliliters of 31% hydrochloric acid. This has approximately 5.87 moles of hydrochloric acid, about 1.25 molar excess. I also add 50 milliliters of 95% formic acid to help solvate the nitromethane better. I think it's already working too. I cover the top in plastic wrap to help pressure build up. If it builds up too much though, the wrap bursting would be a lot less dangerous than a shooting glass cap or something far bigger. Now what's going on has generally been an enigma, with some parts filled in and other parts left out, until now. First, the nitromethane converts into its acidic tautomer. The high heat to combined acidity catalyzes a sort of rearrangement, transiently forming a nitrile oxide, before water reacts with it. The molecule rearranges into formal hydroxamic acid, which is then hydrolyzed into formic acid and hydroxylamine chloride. 3 days later, the solution is nearly clear with some oily droplets on top. The plastic wrap has also done quite well keeping in the volatiles. I take it off and begin distilling down the volume. Because there's a lot of hydrogen chloride, it requires more heat to boil off. I end up removing some water, but the distillation is getting too long to continue. When I freeze the reaction flask below negative 10 C, some hydroxylamine crystals begin to grow. 4 hours later, I get even more. I pour out the acid, filtering the tar and grime along the way. This stuff has a lot of hydroxylamine chloride, so it's important to respect its worth. In total, I get around 400 milliliters of solution. I bet the hydroxylamine salt was also artificially inflating the boiling point because I'm able to boil this much more easily. After freezing, I get more crystals to crash out. The needle-like growth is really cool. I decant off the juice through another simple filter. I bet there's still some hydroxylamine left in this little puddle's worth. I distill it hard until it almost becomes syrupy. Here is the water that came out of it. When cooled, I'm left with a little salt cake. And this is my full hydroxylamine salt collection. Don't let the colors fool you though. They're still full of sticky formic acid and hydrogen chloride residue, so I have to purify them. To do this, I'm actually going to use the nitromethane methanol azeotrope I kept around. I add about 400 milliliters of that, plus 100 milliliters of hydrochloric acid just for its water content, and to see if it can react with any of the nitromethane in the azeotrope. I boil it hard until the crystal chunk dissolves. After an hour, there's still a stubborn bit left, so I add another 100 ml of azeotrope and 50 ml of hydrochloric acid. That gets it clear real quick. I add this to my Erlenmeyer crystals. A lot of it dissolves pretty easily, but boiling quickly eats the rest. I pour off some into the salt cake and heat it until it all dissolves. I add this back into my bulk solution. One thing I noticed was how many particulates there are. I don't know how they got there, so I filter it all again. I pour it out into a big crystallization bowl for a while, only to end up finishing it in a beaker. I ended up overboiling, leaving a hard hydroxylamine salt crust on top. I add some pure methanol to break it down and extract the weird colorants that are in the salt. I can't believe that gross red stuff was actually in there. I add 600 milliliters of pure methanol to break up and dissolve the cake. An hour later, a bit of salt still lingers, so I add another 100 milliliters. I ended up adding a second 100 milliliters and sealing it to prevent the methanol from evaporating. When I freeze it, 2 salt cakes crash out. I decant off the juice and set it aside. I warmed the crystals for a while just to boil off any methanol still clinging. Then I begin the arduous process of scooping it into a storage jar. When I finish, I find out I collected only 145 grams of hydroxylamine chloride. You may think this is good, but considering the ideal yield is 330 grams, you can bet I wasn't going to take a 44% yield after all that work. So, I boiled down the remaining juice for a while. After freezing, I get the rest of my crystals. That brought the yield up to 183 grams, making a 55% yield. Still a little disappointing considering some guy in Science Madness got an 87% yield, but still far better than other chem tubers who undertook the same route.